Hello, my name is Elvin Blen, and today I will be presenting on hackers and their impact for Professor Scott Graham, class Technology in the Global Arena. Let's start by defining what a hacker is and how we can distinguish them from the good and bad ones. In other words, the defenders and the attackers. A hacker is a computer enthusiast who seeks weaknesses and vulnerabilities in a computer system and/or network. This is an individual who has better intentions of what they do with their knowledge and are labeled white hatters, who normally hold positions in the cybersecurity field, performing tasks such as closing vulnerabilities in a company's network and the like. They do not seek to harm other individuals and are motivated normally by enjoyment, challenge, profit in a career manner, and even protest, such as the well-known group Anonymous. In contrast to hackers, crackers are the computer enthusiasts who wish to exploit the weaknesses and vulnerabilities within computer systems and networks for their own malicious intentions. They are known to break into networks, stealing stupendous amounts of personal, financial, and any other type of information they find valuable. And like consumers, companies have their own wealth of information stolen, such as sensitive deals, company emails, and retailer details, with many other possibilities of items and information being stolen. This could mean thousands, millions, and even billions of dollars worth in damage. So, both hackers and crackers have significant impacts on social, global, legal, and even ethical issues, which will be further discussed in detail. So, what specific impacts do crackers and hackers have on a social basis? Well, personal information is at a very high risk for individuals who enjoy the usage of social media mediums such as Facebook or Instagram. Back in November 24th, 2013, over 2 million accounts were hacked from websites that included Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and a few others that disclosed sensitive personal information. Out of the stolen accounts, ADP had the most dire problem as the accounts held information used by payroll personnel who manage workers' paychecks, and the result may have had those checks dispersed without authentication, or even worse, employees' paychecks were modified and possibly some other unforeseen problems. International governments find no shelter from attacks either. Just in the United States of America, government organs such as NASA, the Pentagon of Washington, D.C., and even the FBI have been compromised by crackers, resulting in published sensitive information. This is a serious problem because as the information leaked may have had details that other countries may not approve of, leading to bad blood between nations. USA and China, for example, after the Snowden incident. Moving over to global issues, the world in most parts is nearly complete with the transition from the analog to the digital age. The internet has made it easy for countries to communicate and link up with one another. Although this brings many advantages and beneficial possibilities, there is also lots of room for negative impacts as well. To elaborate, hackers have cost the global economy trillions of dollars since the birth of the internet. In 2003 alone, viruses dispersed by hackers have cost businesses $55 billion, which is almost double the loss incurred in 2002. At that rate, the global economy would be on the fritz within a few short years. Thankfully, defensive measures have been taken, and although we currently are nowhere near being cracker free, hackers have diminished the severity of the impact caused by them. Unfortunately for more undeveloped countries, they are at a much higher risk due to their lower standard of cybersecurity and lack of technological skills and equipment to defend their networks. Ethically analyzing all the information is crucial to determining an ethically justifiable person. Let's look at a few philosophies of the philosopher Immanuel Kant. Viewing one of the most influential philosophers, Immanuel Kant was a German-born philosopher of the 1700s who viewed ethics in a very peculiar way. He stated that a person should treat one another as an end rather than as a means to some undefined end. If this were a great trait to own, black hatters would be the philosophical elitists as they use system administrators as a means to their end, which usually includes financial gain or other forms of personal gain. On the contrary, white hatters use administrators as an end to secure the systems and networks they are trying to defend, and amongst those defensive benefits, there are other possible gains for not only themselves but for the other entities as well. Another strong point Kant had in his ethics is the following. Ethics ought to relate to the action rather than the intent or outcome of the action, meaning if one breaks into a house and does not steal anything, the person still commits a crime, or in our environment, if a cracker hacks into a system to check for vulnerabilities or simply gain some form of knowledge from hacking, that person is still in the wrong. To review, hackers can be ethical or unethical. Diversifying the good and bad ones, we only need to look at the results they seek. White hatters want a secure system, while black hatters want to exploit the system. The ethics of both depends on the theory chosen. Their actions and intentions should always be taken into account as well. The role of administrators should be to keep the system secure. Crackers are always looking for vulnerabilities they can exploit. That concludes the presentation. Now we'll be looking at a short video that shows the war between white hatters and black hatters.
Still here?
The computer's crashed.
Join the club. See you Monday.
It's okay for some.
Right now, the chances are someone, somewhere, is attacking you. And you don't even know it.
Okay, chaps. We're in.
I bet you're wondering how they got this far.
Give us a smile. Lovely. She's in.
Sensitive passwords and system details from a keystroke logger hidden under a desk for 6 months.
You got it?
Easy.
These guys, they know it all.
Except, a few weeks earlier, a Probas were hit by a smaller breach. It made the board stop and think how vulnerable they were.
So they brought in the experts.
It's never just an IT issue. They carried out cybersecurity training from boardroom to basement, identifying what was critical to the business. Threat and intelligence monitoring. They planned a cyber incident response and brought in their own ethical hackers to test the systems and make honeypots to trap the attackers. They reviewed the whole business from New York to Tokyo and devised a game plan for any breach.
Make some noise. We're in.
It's a denial of service attack. We're just monitoring the situation.
Have they got into any accounts?
Very clever. Someone else bangs on the windows while you hide in the cellar.
They're on to us.
I'll try blocking them.
Is it working?
I don't know.
Well, I need to know, Gil. Is it working?
Lena, launch a worm.
These guys are good. They're really good.
They're blocking us.
Try again.
They're blocking us!
Try again!
Straight to me. Gotcha. Good, but not good enough.
You're okay. Traffic's blocked.
You can win, but there's always a next time.
Who's next?
Kobashi Tech.
Criminals just get smarter,
Who have we got for the smoke screen?
Take your pick.
and they're everywhere. A breach will happen, and when it does, will you be ready?